yeah. Okay, so back to the AR VR topic. I will talk about this one. So the history of the AR VR, it was not so new. It was a long time ago. It was 1960 or 19, yeah, it was 1960. It was some people, the university, the professor, they tried to make the head-mount device. That was very long time ago. And in 1990s, the Nintendo, they introduced the Virtual Boy. It's inside of there. It's red and then black, but they're trying to replicate the VR things inside of this screen. But it didn't go well. I think both didn't go well. Then the 2014, so I will skip some of the things, but 2008, okay, so let's go to, this is the past. Then they actually, the angle of this, the head-mount set is very narrow. It's only the 30 degree. Now it's a 360, but that time, the old mount headset was 30 degree. So it's very, very narrow. Then now this one is a new one, the Quest 2. I also bought this one last week, which is very good. I also have the Quest 1. Anyway, the Quest is very good. This brand is it's purchased by Facebook. Now the Facebook owns this company. So the reason I have to talk about this history first. We cannot forget about these two persons when we talk about the VR. First, the Palmer Luckey, the guy who is standing right side. This guy is a real geek. He actually created the VR head-mount set, the current head-mount set, as in the Kickstarter. So he was so interested in making the own head-mount set, because that time, 2008 or 2009, it was still not developed like now. It was very immature. So he created the new head-mount set, and then it tried to make this angle bigger. So now it's a 360, but at that time I think 270 or so, 180 or something. So then after that, he started he started the selling from the Kickstarter. Eventually, the engineer came here and he wanted to get the prototype of this one. Then he collaborated with this Palmer. Eventually, this brand became the Oculus. Then 2014, the Facebook purchased this company. So that what happened the last 10 years. Now the VR, how this thing works, it's very interesting, the technology they're using. Firstly, they're using the optical illusion, and then also the eye head tracking and the motion tracking. I will talk about this. Firstly, like illusion, like optical illusion. When you see about these two dots, you just trying to focus this two dots. Right eye, see the right dot. Left eye, see the left dot. Then eventually, if you see like that, if you just focus like that, then you can see the three dots. And then if you can see the three dots now, if we go to this screen, you can see the horse. I'm not sure if you can see the horse here or not, but I can see the horse. Once you probably a little bit to train this, then you can see clearly the right side is head, left side is tail. There's one big horse is there. It's floating. It's 3D. So this is interesting. If you want to see this one, you want to try, you can come back to this slide later. I will share this slide. You can come back here. Then you can see clearly the host. Okay. Now the another one. So this is the two tower here. So if you again right side see the right tower, left side left eye see the left tower. Then eventually you can see 3D. Even though this one is 2D, but if you try to focus, then you can see 3D. Now this is how they make 3D in the Google Cardboard or those kind of things. Like the maybe the primitive the head mount set is utilizing this. Okay. So now another concept for the AR VR, especially VR, is 3D OF and then 6D OF. I'm not sure. Oh, sorry. I think I cannot run the GIF. Okay, so what's the difference between this 6D OF and 3D OF? 6D OF is almost the same as the current reality. Even if you move yourself, other object doesn't move. But 3D OF is if you move, other object is also moving. So the distance doesn't shrink. Distance is always stay as before. It doesn't change. But 6D OF, of course, like if you approach some object, you can approach there. So that is a difference. Previously, the 3D OF was used, like Oculus Go or more different one. But now most of the head mount set is using 6D OF. Another one is outside in and inside out. So this is another concept of the VR. The difference is outside in is you wear the head mount set. Also, they have the different gadget to detect your distance. So let's say like, if you go to some VR game center, then you play there. Most of them are using this outside in. Whereas like if you purchase the retailer based retailer product like the Oculus Quest, then inside out, most of them are inside out. The reason is because like you don't have to have you don't have to set up the other gadget, outside gadget, like the external gadget. But this outside in, you have to set up the external gadget to detect your the distance or direction. So it's slightly troublesome outside in. So inside out is more retailer based. I think this one is more popular nowadays. VR sales is quite doing well. I think their sales is pretty good. Especially after COVID-19, people have to stay at home. Like if US or Europe, they cannot go out of the home. They have to stay at home. Then if that's the case, then they have to, but still they want to explore. Then they can use this VR. Then they can explore. That is a good thing. So you can do the virtual tourism in the VR too. Then if you have never tried, I strongly recommend you buy the Oculus Quest. Try it. It's amazing. It's really, really amazing. It's already mature technology. So what's the difference, the AR and the VR? VR is already mature. AR is not mature. Why I can say so is because VR is completely 360, completely digital world. So you are inside of a digital world. But AR is still, you are collaborating with reality and then the digital world. So both has to come together. Both has to be merged. But then AR is not mature. Why? It's because the AR has to use the AI. And the AI itself is not mature. So that's why we can say that AR is not mature. For example, the Tesla's car still not 100% self-driving because like this AI is still not 100% sure. So that's why this AR is still not mature. So AR, we have to use the AR. Use case, one of the use case for the VR is, one is, I'm not sure if you know about this, the next VR. It's recently purchased by Apple. You can watch the streaming sports, like the video for the sports, like NBA, Formula One, those kind of sports you can watch in the VR. And it's amazing. It's because it's super reality. Like it's even though it's just you're wearing the headphone set, that's it. But when you see inside there, you can see Messi, you can see the Cristiano Ronaldo, you can see you feel like you are sitting in front of the seat, front seat, very front seat of this ground. So you can see the athlete there. You can see very clearly. That is amazing thing about this next VR. Another one, the actual use case is this one is operation the operation, the practice. So those people who are prospective doctor, they want to become doctor, they can do this kind of experimental test, experimental operation, which they can cut. You can fail here. Of course, like in reality, you can fail. So they can practice here too. Another use case is AR. This one is AR. Now the navigator, normally people see the screen, but here the front glass is a screen. So they will navigate where to go. The rule or like the speed or like the object the obstacle, that kind of thing they can detect and then they can check, let you know from this front glass. That's amazing. This is another case. This one is abusing parents. You can experience as a child. So if you have the abusing parents, abusing to you, then you can feel about you can feel about the scariness of how scary this parent is. So if this is kind of educational content which you can experience if you have this kind of like violent parents here. So maybe this one is an educational content for the parents, or like you shouldn't do that. Actually, use case. Another case is this is a game. So this is a poker game, which is amazing. If you can just join here, you can play all over the world player instantly, and then you can instruct them by using hands. Of course, like everybody is an avatar, but still you feel like you are in there. Then you can also communicate with them. You can speak to the English, like Spanish or whatever. Like you can talk to them, and then yeah, it's amazing. This is one of the biggest surprise from the VR when I played. I feel like I was in there. So yeah, it's amazing too. Another case is this is the Anne Frank. If you know about the Anne Frank, that is a lady. She was hiding inside of the house when World War II happened. She was Jewish, so she was hiding in some of the neighbors' house. Then this one is give you the experience, like how the house looks like, what kind of place they are hiding, and also diary too. So was, I tried this one, it makes me so scared. So if you just read the book, then you can just see about the information here from the book. This one is experience. They will give you the experience, and then that experience is beyond the just information. So that is amazing too. Another case is fitness. I think many of the people buying the Oculus Quest, they one of the reasons is for this exercise. So, for example, this is the one of them, the yoga. But other cases like you can play the boxing. You can play boxing with against some other character, but you feel like you are punching real guy. So it's amazing too. This one is one of them. Yeah, it's very interesting. So this one is, I think it's used everywhere nowadays. Snapchat, they have like AR. You just see camera, then the camera will check about your eye, the position of the eye, position of the nose, position of the mouth. They will just putting another information here. So that's another things for AR. AR VR market is just keep growing. So the market sector itself is just growing. Then this is the diverse potential of AR VR application. So yeah, so the consumer side has a lot of market share, but enterprise also has many. But mostly video game is a 1/3, I think, 30%. And then, yeah, video entertainment. It's including Netflix, YouTube. All of this counts here too. Okay. So how to make a VR game? Recently, actually, like the last Sunday, I was making the game for the VR. I don't know if you can see here. Do you hear the sound? Yeah, let me try. Yeah, so this one is it's the virus is keep coming, and then I'm the virus buster. I mean the immune system is killing this virus. So that's a game. Yeah, I probably if I finish, then I will put upload to the side quest. Yeah. Anyway, going to IDE. So this is the IDE how we can make the VR game. We can use the Unity or Unreal Engine. I think mainly most of people are using either one of them to create the VR game. So this one is easier compared to this. Unreal Engine is very versatile, but it's very difficult. I mean, like learning curve is very high. So yeah, if you are interested, you can just check. So yeah, so this is the prerequisite for the IDE. You need to Unity or Unreal Engine, high spec machine, and the source code IDE, VS Code or Visual Studio. Mostly like if you can create your own design by using Blender or Maya, that is a big plus. VR, we have to be careful the VR sickness. It's because yeah, I feel like the VR is a brain hacking. So you can control anything inside, like how you feel. You can control like how the player feels like. So because of that, you have to be careful when you create a VR game. This one is like one of the cons of VR. We cannot share the same screen. We have to share by using the different mount headset. So that is I think the big cons of the VR. while one person is playing, other people cannot see. So that is a huge cost. This is the Netflix in the VR. You can watch even though you don't have the big screen at home, VR will prepare big screen and then big room. So you feel like a huge place in there as you are watching the Netflix there. So that is also amazing thing. YouTube also, they have like YouTube 360. Yeah. React also, if you know about React also has a React 360. It's supporting the VR. It's for the XR creation for the web. So most of the stuff like something 360, yeah, it's ready there. You can check later if you want to see. So come back to the financial area. VR ETF. Somebody come now. Okay. So this is a ETF. I check about the ETF for the AR VR stuff. Then let's see. So from here, this point, I will check about the AR VR company of how they are doing as a performance. Okay. So one of them, I just put Facebook. It's because like, Facebook is currently the leader in this VR, AR VR market. It's because they have the Oculus, and the Oculus is leading a lot. Then that is amazing. But also the HTC, they have the rival, they have the competitor. They also making the another VR gadget. Then also PlayStation. Sony also making the PlayStation VR, which is also good too. But anyway, Facebook, right? So Facebook it's just keep growing. But recently, after COVID-19, it's coming down again. But then after that, it's coming back. So this year, I think 40% up. I think last year. This year is okay. It's just slightly up. This one is a volume, the market volume. It's not that high compared to the 2012, 2013 at that time. Yeah, so 2016, so this is a yearly, annual base, the total revenue growth. It's going well. And then 2018 to 2019 is coming down. This one is income statement. So, but then this one is quarterly. Quarterly is good, especially Q2 to Q3 was good. Then also this one is Q2, Q3. Yeah, it was also good. This one is income growth. So although they are under the COVID-19 situation, still like they are making money from the advertisement. Especially they are helping the small retailer in the market, in the Facebook market. So which is good. So here I just pick up some of the main company for the AR VR. Facebook, Apple. Oh, by the way, I didn't say Apple is also trying to make another VR mount headset. If I go to Apple make VR headset. Yeah, so they are also making now, according to news. Apple first headset. Anyway, so that they are also trying to catch up with Facebook, I think. Then Let's go to Facebook and the Apple, Google, Nvidia. Nvidia is very important. It's because they are making the GPU, and then most of the companies they have to use GPU for the game. So Nvidia here. Snap is a Snapchat. UBI, ATBI, U is a Unity. Qualcomm, Broadcom, likewise UBI, T2. This is a game company. I just put this one. So what I'm doing here is, so this one is checking about the growth, the profit, income profit, and the income growth, and also the revenue growth. If the revenue growth and the income growth is more than how much percent? 10%. Then I will just include here as a list. But otherwise, I will just exclude from this list. Means like we just focus on the only making the good growth company. So we are just want to bring the growth company only. We just exclude the non-growth company here. And then from there, check about the market cap. Market cap divided by total revenue annually. So then I can get the PSR. PSR is like I just explained. So the market cap divided by income, the annual income. That will give you like the how many years. For example, my company is market cap is 100. If the annual revenue is $10, for example, then when I reach to current market cap is 10 years, right? 10 times 10 is equal to 100. So that 10 is coming to this PSR. So this PSR will show you, will tell you about how many years. If this one is less year, that means like the current price of the stock is not valued yet. Means like less undervalued. But if that is PSR is very high, for example, like 100, 200, that means until you reach that market cap, 100 year, 200 year, that's not so realistic. Means if this one is too high, the price is very high, so overvalued. So yeah. So if we check about that one, then we list out this. This one is sorted by growth. The percentage is the growth. So most of growth company currently among this list is face. This one is yes. I think I didn't sort here. I just put here as it. Facebook. So then if I come here, total revenue, Apple is high, Google, Facebook, Nvidia, Qualcomm here also, and Broadcom here. So the many of this semiconductor is also making good revenue. This one is income. Google is also doing well. Apple, more than Apple, Facebook, Qualcomm, so all of them are doing well. Yeah. So it's coming to here. Income growth is X axis. Then the Y axis is the revenue growth. So when we check about this graph, then what we can see is right top is very good. Then left to bottom is bad, right? Then we can see the Qualcomm is pretty good. Collab, not focus, that check. Collab, so you can check about this data. But anyway, so Qualcomm is very high here. And also the income growth, so the Snap is also very high too. Right? Then coming down here, rule of the 40% graph. So what this one is telling you is growth rate. So this growth rate is It's sums up of revenue and the income. So if the income is income and then income growth and then revenue growth, if both of them are doing well, then this one is high number. So Qualcomm is very good, more than 160%. The Snapchat is also 120% off. So which is very good. Google is here, still like 40% over, which is very good. Here also. Yeah. So whereas like PSR, right? So the PSR I just said, if the PSR is very high, that means like it's overvalued. If the PSR is very low, it's less value. So in my opinion, we better aim the less value. I mean less undervalued. Undervalued one could go up because they still have the room to grow their price. So Qualcomm is good. Snapchat is very high, 45, 47. Google is still low, less than 10. Facebook is a bit high. Apple, Broadcom, this one is a game company, is low. Nvidia is 30. Yeah, so you can say like the 30 years later, their annual income is to current market cap. That is what this PSR is telling us. Okay. Now I added to the new column, which is what was that? Yeah. So this one is price. Price growth. So like actual price, right? So like how much percentage they grow within this 6 months. So I just put the 6 months here. Then you can see that this one is sorted by price growth. Then the Snapchat is growing at 134%, which is high. And then Unity is IPO last year. Then that is 160 or so. It's amazing growth. The price growth is 121. But as I mentioned here, this is a Unity, right? It's already high, very high. The PSR is very high. So, in my opinion, less growth. I mean, like less room to grow from here for the price growth. I'm talking about this. Okay. Then, which one is less value? Less value means like I think price growth is not much. Facebook, Google, these two companies. Because like I think last 6 months, the GAFA didn't go up much. So that's why. But still like Apple, recently it's going up. Apple is going up. It's 144 yesterday. But till then was just lingering at 100 to 120, 130, something like that. So yeah, then it's going to here. Okay, so this one is percentage divided by PSR. What this means is you can see that which one is reasonable. So here, this number, I divide this number by this, right? Then you can see that which one is reasonable. So Qualcomm is reasonable. This is because this growth is very high. And then Google is okay. Snapchat is also okay, even though they grow up. I think they grow up a lot, 134%. But still, this indicator is telling me still okay to buy. Then Facebook, and then Broadcom, and then Apple, Nvidia. Then which one is not reasonable? Is Unity. Unity is already high. Yeah. Okay. So this one is market cap. Adding the market cap here. Then eventually, I'm just checking the market cap here. Then also yeah, this one is the estimate plan. Estimate the next quarterly estimate. It was guidance. Like every time, like they talk about the earning report, they are announcing about the next quarterly estimate. So which one is high? This IMMR is high. Qualcomm is high. Snap is also high. Google is also okay. This one is used for the next estimate. Okay. The reason is because like let's say now is the earning report season. Many company is it's showing their report. Then we check about normally like analyst is checking about their estimation, their actual revenue, their actual income is beating their estimation. Whether or not, based on that, the price is going up or going down. Right. So this early next quarterly estimate is very important too. So we can see like for example T2, this one is a game company. It's going down means like they are not expecting next quarter is good, like that. So I have a chat here. Cannot hear. Oh, you cannot hear. Okay. You can hear. I'm not sure. Yeah. Okay. But anyway, you can hear, right? You can hear my voice. Okay. Cool.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. All right. So then it's going to price growth versus income growth. So this one is a growth rate. Which one is growing a lot? Yeah. So the growth rate is this one is a fundamental growth versus price growth. So of course, like price growth, if that is already high, it's a bit risky to buy now. So the Unity is a bit risky. Whereas like this Qualcomm is high, already growth 80% within 6 months. But still, like growth rate is more than 160. So maybe, most certainly, I'm not sure. But this Qualcomm is still has a room to grow the price. So Snap is very high, but then growth rate is also high. Maybe like next time I can divide I can output the number, the price growth divided by this growth. Then I can see which one is risky. Okay, so that's it for today. Do you have any question? I think almost equally it's exactly 1 hour. Okay, so I will just today's topic. I will if you go to my website, then you can see. I will paste the link into the meetup to the comment place. Then also so I will upload this video also into the same link. And then so that's it from me. Next week we will talk about 5G, and the 5G infrastructure company and the 5G technology. So stay tuned, and then we will see again next week. Right? So that's it from today. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
So much.